I'm Clyde Webb, and welcome to my workshop. This is going to be quite a strange video this week. I just so happened to be clearing my office drawers out the other day and suddenly came across this thumb drive, flash drive, and I actually forgot what was on it. So I popped it in my computer and checked, and to my surprise it is all of the raw video footage of this video here of me turning a large oak firewood log then into a bowl. This particular video has had 17 million downloads. The only complaint that I've had about it is at the time, because we live out in the country, Tasmania, Australia, we were limited to how much or how quickly we could upload onto YouTube. So the screen is like a postage box, and it isn't a high resolution video. So I've remastered it in every way possible up into the highest definition video that I could, enhance the sound and the backing track that supports it, and I'm uploading it for you to watch in full HD. And I hope you enjoy it, and please like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up as well. Hello and welcome to my workshop. Today we're going to do a wood turning job. We're going to turn a bowl out of this beautiful piece of Tasmanian oak. This is a tree we cut down possibly 5-6 years ago now, and obviously cut it all up for firewood, but I saved a couple of pieces that I thought I could do something with. The grain on this particular piece is really tightly packed together, and it's really heavy. So you can probably see a little bit better there. So I'll show you what you can do with a rough old piece of firewood. Turn it into quite a presentable piece for the living room table. Because this is such a fairly bulky piece of wood, and I don't want my lathe walking across the workshop, I'm going to cut some of the corners off it, make it a little rounder, and I'm going to introduce a new tool, and that is the chainsaw. Unfortunately for me, I don't have a bandsaw that's capable of doing this type of job, of cutting, something this big. I've got a very small bandsaw, and the other bandsaw I've got is really meant for metal work, and the blade doesn't like going through wood too much. So yeah, so the best tool I've got is a chainsaw, and we'll get stuck into that now. So what I need to do next, because I want to hold this fairly stable, I really just don't like putting this on something, a bench or another block of wood or the ground, and then attacking it with the chainsaw. What I'm going to do is get an old bit of plank in here that I'm going to screw to this, and then I'm going to clamp the whole thing on some sawhorses outside. Nice and firm, so I know this is all stable, and I'm not going to end up chopping my leg off. Okay, so we've got this now firmly clamped to the sawhorses, and we're just going to lob the corners off. At least I'm not, my friend Steve is. So I'll just stand back and let him get on with it. so you don't bring a boy's tool in to do a man's job. So you get a man's tool. So the next thing I've got to do is, as accurately as I can on a piece of wood this shape, is find the center. Both directions. Mark it. And then fit the faceplate for the lathe, because it's a fair old chunk of wood that's going to be flying around, and I don't really like getting it between centres. In actual fact, I'm going to have to pack this a little bit. So we'll get a bit of packing material. Okay, having got the faceplate securely fixed, now we'll put it on the lathe. I won't actually do much talking doing this, because my neighbour has just decided to fire up his chainsaw as well. I'm not going to fight that. Yeah, so this piece of wood, because it's a dense, heavy piece of oak, and I've got an end here, or quarter here, that's a little bit larger than the rest. It does shake the lathe around a bit, but I think it's manageable. I'll just show you. I think we should be able to get rid of the excess weight from this corner fairly quickly. So we'll give it a go anyway. Okay, so you can see the rough outline that I'm sort of looking for here now. So I want a gentle curve down to the base down there, and then I want a slight bead in here, then a gentle curve in back up to here, and this is going to be the top of the bowl right there. I've actually marked that position there because I've got a big chunk of wood missing here. So that's as far as I can bring it up, but might be an unusual shape, but I think it's going to be quite a nice piece at the end of it. old piece of firewood is starting to look less like something to burn. So now we'll take the faceplate off and mount it on the chuck. Okay, now I've got that mounted in my chuck. Now it's a case of, I suppose, chewing all this out and hollowing the bowl out, but I think it's going to end up being something quite nice. Okay, now because of the reach of the tool is getting rather a long way hanging over the edge of the rest, I'm going to actually put the rest inside to the material there, and like something like that. You know, everybody, every wood turnout, I suppose, has his own preference. I don't know whether there's a particular correct sort of way to do it, but I sort of find that sort of business I prefer anyway. Okay, so I've actually retrued up the outside because I wasn't really happy. There was about, it was running about a millimetre or so out. Now it's running a little better. So let's go down through the grits now. Start off with about, oh, let me see, what's that? 100? Actually 80. start off with 80, and then we'll go up through the grits to about 500 or 600. A bit of sealer. Just a bit of boiled linseed oil now. Let that dry now and put 4 or 5 coats on. Now that didn't turn out too bad, did it? Especially if you consider that it was a piece of firewood. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video on making a bowl out of a piece of firewood. And if you've liked it, please press like or subscribe. And up in this top corner, as always, there's a little red box that will take you to my YouTube channel, where there's hopefully something there that will please you. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.